how do you keep yourself accountable and motivated to continue pressing forward during the difficult times?
So accountability and motivation, I'm going to say, really comes from, we're going to break those up. The accountability comes from working within a community. When there are others who are doing it with you, it's incredibly hard not to follow through on what you said you were going to do. When it's just a one-on-one engagement where it's just me and my coach, it's a little easier to let my coach down because it's just one person and I pay this person. So I kind of assume that they're going to just tolerate that. And they might be tough on me and they have their ways. And don't get me wrong, coaches are there to hold you accountable. But at the end of the day, it's still one person. And so I think one of the most powerful things we could do is tap into the power of a group or a community, because when there's a whole bunch of people, especially the ones you don't pay, those are the ones that you tend to do things for. Those are the ones you tend to say like, all right, I got to do this because I've got Whitney helping me out. I've got so-and-so really like being my rock in my life. I don't want to let these folks down. I'm not paying them. Like the only way to pay them is by doing the thing that I said I was going to do, by like being the success that they believe I can be. And so when you're part of a group and people are standing by you, with you, behind you, you do work for them. You work harder for them than you will for anybody, including yourself. And so so as far as accountability is concerned, do things with a group. For a long time, we've heard this idea, like, if you want to create more accountability in your life, make your goals public. To some extent that works, but it's actually, there's a lot of research on it that it does not always work. It really depends on a lot of things. It depends on the kind of goal you set. It depends on the person, depends on your network, your community, so many things. So it's not always necessarily the best thing to do. In fact, when you do that, you're also saying that I have to do that thing, even if that thing is wrong for you. Now you're like, oh, well, I got to do it because I said I was going to do it. So it could actually backfire on you. You might actually pursue goals that are not right for you in the end. And you can't pivot because you feel like you're locked in by your public commitment that you made. So that said, when that's the case, when you're working with a group, you're all working on stuff together. So you can all appreciate that there are pivots, there are adjustments, there are tweaks and iterations to any journey, any path. And they're going to be there for you no matter what. They're not going to judge that you changed anything. They're not going to care that you changed your goal. They're like, look, if that's what's right for you, what can we do to help you on that new path or that new pivot or adjustment to the goal? And they're going to help you anyway. So that accountability, motivation, quite simply put, progress. Progress is what drives motivation. A lot of times, and I thought this in the past, I thought I needed something to motivate me so that I can go make progress. What I learned is that progress is what makes motivation. It's not the other way around. Motivation doesn't make progress. Progress makes motivation. And then motivation helps you make more progress down the road. But it starts with progress. So progress is the ultimate thing that keeps motivation fueled. So when you're looking for motivation, make progress. Any progress, small progress, does not have to be big. As long as you're doing something, you find that, hey, look, I'm creating a little momentum. I'm creating a little energy. May not be massive momentum, but even a little bit will make a massive difference at the end of the day.
Awesome. Yeah. And part of that is that reflection process. Like you said, it's easy to forget those small wins. So to know, oh, I am making progress because I said I was going to do this and now I'm in a totally different place and I can acknowledge it too. And that's motivating.
Yep.